Hey there. Today I'm going to draw both the female and male face. I'm going to show how I differentiate both of them. So I'm going to start first with the female face. I'm gonna be using Sharpie markers, so no pencil. I'm gonna use this marker first. This one is a little thinner than this one. So it will help me do a pre-sketch and then go ahead and follow with this thicker pen. So here we go. So first I start with the Sharpie. I'm gonna do the female face. So first, for the face, I like to draw the shape of the face. So this is a very important factor when it comes for me drawing a face, because I determine if a face is gonna be feminine or male depending how round the face is. The less round the face is, the more male it is. That's how I like to do it. So I'm gonna lay the guidelines. And also about the female neck, I like to draw it thinner and more curly than the male neck. So here you go. That's what I need to do right here. So now that I have the shape of the face, I can now start drawing with the thicker pen. These are Sharpie pens, so they're very popular. A lot of people use them. I like to use them every now and then. So here we go. Now I'm gonna start tracing. Here we go. So for me, the rounder the face, the more female it is. For my male characters, it's a little different. As I will show you in a couple minutes, my male faces are determined how long they are. So the rounder the face, the more female. The longer the face, the more male. So after I do the shape of the face, I sometimes draw the neck, because I like to do that sometimes whenever I'm drawing the whole body. I do the head first, and then the torso, and then I connect it with the neck. But when I'm just drawing the face, I draw the neck right away. So based on the guidelines, I'm gonna put the eyes right here. So the forehead is right here. So I'm not gonna be putting the hair starting from this point. I always put a dot. That always helps me determine what the hair flow is. So now I'm starting with the eyes. For the females, I like to make the eyes really round and really big. It's something I like to do to make the character look more female. When it comes to the nose, I don't have any rules. I make whatever nose because the nose doesn't really help me determine if a character is gonna be female or male. So I give them whatever nose. Sometimes I like to draw bigger noses. Sometimes I like to draw small noses. Depends what kind of character I'm drawing. For this character, I'm gonna draw a normal nose. So there you go. This is a really nice nose. I like to draw this line right here that indicates one second. Excuse the movement. So I like to draw this line that indicates I don't know how this is called. I'm not really good with human anatomy. So, alright. So I like to give my character thick eyebrows, whether it's male or female. This is my vary, depending the character. Also, sometimes I give them thin, or sometimes I give them thick eyebrows. So okay. The mouth. So for females, I tend to draw the lips. And for me, the lip is just basically drawing these little triangles and shading them. And when I do the characters, I also make this line complements with the mouth, makes it a little more realistic, and then the chin. Something that I really like to do with my characters is I like to make them blush. whether it's male or female, I make my characters blush all the time. It's just something I like. It makes the face look more detailed. So whether it's male or female, I tend to blush, and then I do the ears. When I draw female characters, especially if they are adult female characters, I give them a round earring. That makes in my case that makes them look more adult. So I'm going to cross hatch the eyebrows a little bit, and I'm gonna try to uh, color the whole thing, because Sharpies are not really good for that. They are mainly good to draw lines. And also, if I try to go ahead and color the whole thing black, it's gonna bleed to the page, because Sharpie is actually really strong. So okay, here we go. Here we go. We have the face. This is only specifically for the females, but when I draw the female, sometimes I want to make their eyes more detailed, so I do the pupils. That makes the character look more female. I don't do that for male characters, only for female, because I feel that when you do this, when you give too many details to the eyes, the character looks more female. So in this case, I'm gonna make the pupils go entirely black, because it will look weird if you cross hatch a pupil. So here we go. So I made a mistake here. I placed this dot over here so to indicate the hair flow. So what I wanted to do was starting the hair flow from here, but I'm gonna move it to here. So I'm gonna find a way to blend this dot with the hair so that it doesn't look weird. So I'm gonna start with the hair. There's a lot of ways you can draw hair. In this case, I'm gonna draw it a little bit curly, but not that much. So that really helps me determine how the hair is gonna flow. Before I used to draw the hair in a very disorganized way, and that would be very noticeable in the characters. But now with the dot, it makes it easy for me. People use different ways to draw the hair, but I like using a dot. So here you go. So depending the character also, I might leave the hair just like that, or I might give a little bit more detail. For example, what I like to do is I like to draw lines in the hair that indicate hair flow. That makes the hair look better based on what people tell me. And so I do it. So here you go. So in the comments you can let me know what you think about these faces or my style in general. So something I like to do for the faces too, whether it's male or female, I like to indicate the shadows. So one of my weaknesses as an artist is shading. I'm not really good at with shadows. So what I usually do is that I draw lines, vertical lines for most of the time, indicating where the shadows is and where the light is. When I draw a face, they like to come in this direction, from the right to the left. But that doesn't really, it's not really it's not really a requirement. You can have the light whatever you like it to be. I'm just really used to the light coming from the right, since I'm a right-handed. So I draw these lines indicating shadows, and also I draw these horizontal lines. So this is how I draw on the female face. I'm gonna add a necklet. So here you go. Then I give her some clothing. Here we go. And my signature. Oops. Kind of hard to sign with a Sharpie. But here we go. Okay. So this is the first face, the female face. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. So now we're gonna move on to the male face. As you can see, as I previously said, the rounder the face, the more female, and the longer the face, the more male. That's how I basically draw my characters. If a character is male, then I make the face really long, very long, and if a character is female, I basically draw circles for female faces. For me, it makes the characters look female when it's round, and for me, male faces tend to be more longer. That's how I like to differentiate, because drawing the female faces the same way you draw male faces is not really recommended. Maybe when you're starting out drawing, you might do that, but as you progress, you start differentiating the face more. So here we go. So as you saw, when I started with the face, look what I was about to do. I'm gonna use the thinner pen just to lay out the face so I don't make a big mistake, a big noticeable mistake. So here we go. Also, the male faces, I make them look sharper than female faces. More sharp edges, basically. I don't make it squares, of course, but I try to draw the face after a rectangle a little bit, because to length. This face is now, well, balance, as you see here, it's kind of like a bump, but this is not really a big problem, because when I do the hair, it's gonna go away. It's not gonna be noticeable. So I'm gonna, for the neck, male necks are thicker. I do them thicker, and I do them more straight. So here we go. This should be good. I can do the face from here. Oops, I dropped the thing. Alright, so I won't need this anymore. So now with the face. So I decided that I'm going to give this character glasses. So instead of drawing the eyes, I'm gonna do the glasses first. I wanna give him, I don't know, square glasses. There you go. Again, I can give my female characters glasses. I can give a male glasses. It doesn't really matter. By the way, this video is not really meant to teach people how to draw. It's more meant to record my drawing process. So male characters, I like giving them thick eyebrows as well. The nose doesn't really matter. Here we go. And male eyes, they tend to be less detailed for me. The less details I put in a male character's eyes, is the better. And the lips, also, I don't really draw the lips, because if I go ahead and draw the lips the same way as I did with the other character, that will make him look more female. I don't want that. I want my male characters to look male and my female characters to be female. Okay, so here we go. So again, the dot, that's very important. I don't give my male characters long hair. I tend to keep the hair on top of the ear. I don't like doing male characters with long hair. It's something that I just don't like. So the same way with the shading, cross hashing. Here we go. Here we go. Just about done with the main character. So again, I like to draw the lights, the shadows, I mean. And I don't do details in the hair for the male. I don't draw the lines just as I did for the female character. Just because I don't want to make the hair too detailed. Because in my terms, I will also make the male character look female, and I don't want that. So here you go. Sometimes I like drawing these lines, indicating that the glass is a made of glass, of course. And we're just about done. That's how I like to draw my characters, specifically the faces. Now the bodies is something that I'm working on. I'm still learning how to draw, and I can draw the body very well, but I'm not really good at poses. So I'm gonna make a video soon about that, and hopefully we have fun then. So this is it for today. I use Sharpie markers. I hope you like both of the faces. I'm gonna let you see it for a little bit, just so you can see. So this is the female character, and this is the male character. Alright then, have a good day. Thank you so much for watching and for spending your time here. That's really appreciated. Thank you so much. Have a good night.